Just down the road in Atlanta is Auburn Avenue, the heart of the civil rights movement, a movement Coca-Cola has a troubled history with. I'm outside the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, which is the church that Martin Luther King Jr. used to co-pastor with his father. And in fact, you can hear his speeches being played on a public address system just across the way on this little plaza. In fact, in the last speech that Martin Luther King made, the day before he was killed, on the 4th of April 1968, Martin Luther King made this amazing speech. And in it, he actually called for a boycott of the Coca-Cola company, and we're going to find out why. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. travelled to Memphis to back a boycott of companies deemed to be discriminating against black workers. Here, he made one of his most iconic speeches, known as, "I have been to the mountaintop."
Always anchor our external direct action. And so as a result of this, we're asking you tonight to go out and tell your neighbors not to buy Coca-Cola in Memphis.
One of the people carrying on King's work is Rev Joseph Lowry, his friend and co-founder of the civil rights movement. He is so revered in Atlanta, the boulevard we're driving down is named after him. He explains the boycott of Coca-Cola.
In Atlanta, we had engaged in activities and protests against Coca-Cola, which had considerable business support from the black community. They did not hire blacks in important, gainful positions. The people in charge of the transactions were always white. The people who did the heavy work were always black. Their income was considerably lower.
Coca-Cola now says it is anti-discrimination on the basis of race, sex, colour, national or social origin. So the boycott worked. Or was it really that easy? In 2000, in the largest settlement ever in a racial discrimination case, Coca-Cola agreed to pay nearly $200 million to settle a federal lawsuit brought by employees. But that didn't stop Coca-Cola promoting itself through civil rights in this 2007 advertisement celebrating black history. There's no mention of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s call for a boycott of Coca-Cola here. In fact, they directly associate themselves with the iconic leader.
I would hope that Coca-Cola would operate by certain ethical and moral standards of doing business all over the world, wherever they operate. To the extent that they don't do this, I say shame on them.